Hey nerds, Amy here, and today we are going to learn 7 tips for using the File Printout feature within OneNote effectively. I'm going to be saving some of my favorite tips till the end, so be sure to stick around so that you don't miss out on some of the coolest features. Alright, let's nerd out. In this video, we are referring to this File Printout feature here. I'm going to be covering the features that are available within the desktop app. Now, there are a couple of little quirks between the browser version, and I am just going to highlight those throughout this video. Tip number 1 is size, position, and order. And I found some very interesting differences here when we inserted the document in the desktop app versus if I inserted the document in the browser. You'll notice here that each little page has its own area, so we can easily move these around. You can easily drag and resize your image, and if you want to overlay them, then you can easily overlay them like that. Say I want this cover page to be in front of it, then we can just also order it to bring it front. I find that this is very user friendly. So I've inserted this document using the browser version of OneNote. However, I currently have it open in the desktop app. So you can see here that I've got these pages printed out, and I can once again, easily resize, but you're going to notice that it's also affecting these other ones. So contrary to the desktop version, this has all gone into the same area within OneNote that can easily be dragged or moved around however you like. That's one benefit of inserting it in the browser version. Now, going back to this, size and position, if we want to drag this up, it's not as user friendly as it was in that other pane. So I can kind of force it, and I can, send this to the back if I wanted to, but the best option for you will depend on your needs, and I've provided a quick summary here. Tip number 2 is restoring an image to its original size. So we have already made this image smaller, and if I right click it, then we can click on this restore to original size, and that is going to bring that printout back to the size that it was originally printed out into OneNote. Tip number 3 is copying the text from a file printout picture. If we right click the image, and we can see on the top here that we have 2 options. So if we select the copy text from this page of the printout, then that is going to only copy the text from the page that we selected. So as you can see here, we've got puppy training manual, which actually worked really well. The other option, so we can right click and then head on down to all pages. So this is going to copy the text all pages of the printouts. Now, I did just want to quickly add that if these options are not available for you, then that means that OneNote is still reading the document to copy the text. So if you have just inserted a document, then you might just need to wait a little bit of time, and then they should be available. Let's move on and copy the text from all of these pages. Now, if we Control V, we can paste everything. So you're going to see here that that's literally copied all of the text. So this is my last page here, testing the landscape orientation, and that is the last text here. So that's a really great way to copy all of the text and then paste it. Now, you're going to see here that this didn't really work out well, and OneNote, basically depending on the complexity of the text that you have here, it may or may not work that well. Microsoft says that this is generally a feature that's better for something that has smaller amounts of text on it. Tip number 4 is view original printout. So if we right click on this image, then you're going to see up here that you can view the original printout. This feature was only available when I inserted the printout in the desktop app. So as an alternative is to double click this file here and then work through the prompts. So here we have the document, and it is now open within Word. Same procedure would work if you were using, for an example, a PDF document. Now, I did just want to add that when you open this file, this is not your original document. When you insert it, you're creating a copy of that document. So if you're updating the original, this document is not going to update because this is now a copy within OneNote. Additionally, this is not going to update the printout because this printout is simply a printout of the contents that you printed at the time of the printing. Lots of printing being said there, but I did just want to note that because it is important. Tip number 5 is to make the text in an image searchable. So here you can see that I have this search window open, and I've typed the word manual, and now that is highlighting within this image because it is searching for the text within that image. Now, if we right click on this image, then we can scroll down to the bottom where it says make text and image searchable. So you'll see that it is defaulted to English US, but you can change the languages there, or you can disable it. So if we disable it on that image, then we can scroll down to this next image. And if I right click again, then we will see that that is still on the default English. So by disabling that page, it was only doing it at the page level. Now, if we head on up to File, then we can go to Options. On Advanced, then near the top here, you're going to see text recognition in pictures. So we can actually disable this for all of these file printouts or in any pictures in general. Just be sure that if you close your OneNote and restart it for those changes to take effect. Tip number 6 is to set this picture as a background. We can do this for individual pages. If we right click, and we can head on down to set picture as background. So now you'll see here that we can easily annotate over top of this image. And if you haven't already and you're enjoying my video, then please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so that you get all of my most recent updates. And if you do have any questions, then pop those in the comments below. This is just a really cool feature, especially if you are going to be adding notes on top of your image, because you'll see here, if you try to add text on top of that image, it's just not quite as user friendly. But if we have that image set to our background, then we can easily type text on top of it. This is also really cool because this feature can be set in your advanced settings. So once again, if we go to File, head on down to Options, then we can go to Advanced. If we scroll on down to the bottom, then we can automatically set inserted file printouts in the background. So the next time that you use that feature, all of your printouts are going to be by default in the background. So that's pretty cool, right? All right, so tip number 7 is the last one, and that is printing your file onto multiple pages. You'll see here that I've inserted that file, and on each page is its own page. So this is pretty cool if you want to stay super organized, and this is something that is set within the backend. So once again, let's head on up to File, let's go down to Options, and then head to Advanced. And if we once again scroll down to the bottom, then you'll see here insert long printouts on multiple pages. So this is going to be totally a preference for you. If you have it toggled on, then you're going to get multiple pages printing onto individual sub pages in OneNote like I do here. And I did just want to add that this insert your long printouts on multiple pages feature is only available within the desktop app. And if you toggle it off, then everything is going to print onto one page within OneNote like I have right here. Here is a quick summary of the advanced settings used in this video. Thanks for sticking around. Those were some good tips. All right, so that wraps up this video, and I do hope that I've helped you discover your inner nerd. And I also hope that I've shown you some of the really cool features within OneNote using that file printout feature. All right, thanks for nerding out. We'll see you again.